Up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome to another live stream here with Noob. Welcome everybody. If there's anybody in here, I don't even know if there is, but in case there is a, welcome to the live stream. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just checking out my own live stream here, making sure that stuff is visible, which I think it is for the most part. Yes, I think it is for the most part. I think it's time for me to change those letters to white so that you guys have better visibility. Don't you think it's time for me to change those letters to white? Hello there, Anas. Good evening. How am I doing? I'm doing... Well, how are you doing? How are you doing, young man? Or old man, I don't know. Whatever you... I'm sorry. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Let me try to do something here. Let me try to do something here with my... How about that? Is that pretty cool? This is the original one. It's a little too opaque for my taste. That is a little better. That's a little better, isn't it? I feel like the purple does it justice, but try another combo to improve visibility. So this is another combo I could try. This is another combo I could try. As a matter of fact, I just need to do this. That's all I need to do, man. That's all I need to do. There you go. That's much better. That's much better. Alright, anyway, enough of that riff-raffing. Today we're going to be checking out the stability of Sim Update 5. I've got all my add-ons running. Rex Atmos, Tri Sim FX, GFX and TFX. I don't think the TFX works with the A330. Let's find out. It does work. So it does work with the A330-200. So we've got that running. We've got FSR Realistic running. We've got Chase Plane running. We've got GSX and FSLTL running. Got a full house when it comes to all my add-ons today. And the reason I'm doing this with the default aircraft, we're using the iniBuilds A330 rather than any other aircraft. And the reason for that is very, very simple, of course. It's so that we can see how well the update is running and we're not influenced by any other third-party add-on aircraft, right? So we'll fly the default A330 for this. So this is the iniBuilds default A330-200 for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We have that loaded in. So yeah, I feel like the nav bar is a little bit too distracting at the top. That's what I feel like. I don't know. Needs to be a little bit more see-through. Needs to be a little bit more see-through is what I feel like. You know? Okay, anyway. It's alright. I am yeah, it's alright. We'll check out other stuff later. Okay, anyway. Let's jump in here and get our flight and plan started today. We are at Amsterdam Schiphol International. Alright, so we are at Schiphol right now. You can see the sign right there. It says Schiphol. This is the default handcrafted scenery for Amsterdam Schiphol. This is supposed to be the tower view. Clearly it's wrong, but yeah, we can save that though. We can save the tower view here by going in. Putting ourselves... Can we go inside? No, we can't. Okay. So we can just put ourselves right here. Yeah. So we are right on top of the tower at Amsterdam Schiphol. Okay. There we go. We go to Chase Plane and just save that really quickly there. There you go. What? I just said save it. Save. What are you talking about, man? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. Whatever. Okay. So there we are. Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. And I don't know how to save the tower view there. I don't really care. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Got our aircrafts in there. It's not a bad looking handcrafted airport. You can see the KLM building right there. The cargo. Which isn't too bad. Alright. The Sheraton. Is that the Sheraton? Okay. Cool enough. Cool enough, right? Alrighty. This is the aircraft right there. The flyby view. This is the parking. This is the runway. Alright. Alrighty. Given all of that, let's go ahead to walk around mode. We'll go and remove some of the stuff that's right here. Okay. Okay. Chocks removed. Pitot tubes removed. Engine covers removed. There we are, everybody. We don't have dynamic wing blades. The fan blades are wing blades. Sorry. The fan blades are not rotating despite the wind. That's not pretty cool, is it? That is not nice, huh? I see how it is, iniBuilds. I see how it is. You put all that effect for your paid aircraft, huh? But you don't give it to the... Of course, they're not going to give it to the default MSFS aircraft. And besides, I think it's the responsibility of Asobo and Microsoft to work on the updates for the aircraft, so I don't think they're going to do that anyway. So I'm not sure. But anyway, let's just jump back into the cockpit. Where the texturing is absolutely sublime. In technical iniBuilds typical fashion, we've got everything exactly how we want it. Let's toggle the GPU today. We're not flying live weather today. I mean, we're flying live weather, but not real time, okay? And that is on purpose. Yeah, okay. Let's get our sim brief plan in here. We're going to be flying on from Schiphol all the way to Frankfurt in Germany, which is something that I like to do, as you all know. Okay, as you can tell, the frame rate's already bad. And I don't know why that is. But the frame rates are not very good right now. Okay, let's go overhead. Let's go to our batteries. There we go. Let's turn on our external power there. Emergency lights armed. Nav lights up and running. Passenger signs up and running. ADAR systems to nav. Cruise oxygen supply on. Ground control and voice recorder on there. Everything else is looking just fine. Alright. Strobe lights can come to automatic if we wanted to. There we go. Excellent. Let's come down here. Yep. Frame rates are suffering right now. So I don't know what's with all of that. I don't know what's with all of that. Payload, let's download it from SimBrief. Okay, we've got it downloaded from SimBrief. Hold on. Well, let me download it again from SimBrief. Let me try and use GSX for this, right? What is this? Hotfix update available. Apply from the menu. Okay, apply hotfix. I think it has some issues with SU5 probably, huh? Restarting GSX, everybody. Apply hotfix and restart. Okay, let it restart. Let it do its thing. Once that's done, we'll request for loading and refueling here, right? We'll do that. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the frame rates here. I don't know what's wrong with it. But something is. I think a lot of add-ons require a lot of updates. And I don't think I've installed them all. I've updated Chaseplane for sure. Not sure about FSR Plus. Not sure about TrySim. So I guess we'll find out, right? I believe I updated FSLTL as well. I'm not too sure. Is GSX ready or not? Ah, for Christ's sake. Let's request boarding. Can we do that? Okay. Let's try GSX again. And let's try request refueling. Okay. So we have requested refueling and boarding. Let's see how this goes. Waiting for the fuel truck at this point, right? Yep, that's what we're waiting for now. We are waiting for refueling. Attack, attach, pushback tug. No, no thank you. Alright, where is my refueling truck? Mr. Refueling Truck, where in the hell are you? Fuel truck is on its way, okay. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Cabin lights up. Chocks, engine covers, pitot covers. We remove those. Dashboard. I'm waiting for the fuel truck so I can press apply load, but I don't see the fuel truck pulling up anytime. Where is our fuel truck? Ah, there it is. Finalement, nous avons... Well, I don't know how to say truck, I forgot. How do you say truck in French? We'll just go with truck. That's not how you say truck in French, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Is that the fuel truck ready to go? No, we're waiting for them to attach all the pipes and stuff, and then we're going to request refueling from our EFB. Come on, man. Attach that freaking hose, man. We gotta get the hell out of here, man. We can see our passengers boarding. If you pay attention to the jetway, we can see their feet through the jetway. Everybody. Okay, we've got that attached. Let's go to our thing right here. Apply load fast. Up to 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Let's go see if that's actually... Oh, why did they do that? Okay. Yep, it's working. There you go. There's our refueling process going on. Okay. Anyway, while that's going on, our ADAR systems have aligned. That's great. Let's come down here. Let's clear all of that. Go to init. Let's go to our IRS. Okay, it's aligned. Let's get our init request. There you go. Now zero fuel weight, center of gravity, and block fuel and all that good stuff. We've gotta have to wait for that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait for that. So yeah, I have no idea how that's gonna work. So here we are. Fueling is done. Oh. Fueling is done. There is the final bill, and this guy should be disconnecting this for us any second. Get it out of there. Come on, man. Get it out of there. Get it out of there, man. Come on, man. Get it out of there. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. There he is. Ah, yes. The good old, yes, imaginary refueling hatch. All right. One would think these things should be part of Microsoft Flight Sim, but how the hell can you not have proper ground handling in a flight sim? It's the same thing with X-Plane 12. You need to have proper ground handling. One would think that's not that difficult to do, but apparently it is. Okay, let's get back in here. Sim brief. Just apply the load instantly, man. Whatever, I don't really care. Okay, it's done. So, zero fuel weight, 141.5. So let's put that in our FMC. 141.5 / zero fuel weight, center of gravity is Zero fuel weights, center of gravity is 24.5. So let's put 24.5. Block fuel for the day is at 12. We can actually just copy this by doing this. There you go. Flight plan for today, EHAM. Out of EHAM, what is our departure? Let's bring up SimBrief right here. Let's view our flight plan. Out of EHAM, we are flying out of runway 36 left, ladies and gentlemen. 36 left. We are using REND to Z. REND to Zulu. Insert. Alright, the rest of the flight plan seems good, right? We are flying through Z739, DICSAT, EDDF, DICSAT. Alright, whatever. 25 right, ILS Z25 right. I always use the ILS Z system, so Z25 right. I'm using a DICSA 1 Alpha. Let's go and put that in. Insert that flight plan right there. Let's go through our flight plan and check for any discontinuities. We have none all the way into Frankfurt. We just have a manual leg here, which I'm going to worry about once we come into land at Frankfurt. Let's go to our performance for today. We do have a performance calculator here, if I'm not completely mistaken. Let's sync everything. Let's calculate everything. And let's send everything. 135, 44, 45. 135, 144, 145. There you go. Okay. Flaps is gonna be 1, right? It better be 1. Where the hell is the flap? Yeah, flap 1, 5.3 up. Flap 1, 5.3 up. There you go. Flag stacker temperature, CNE2. Let me put in CNE2 in there. CNE2. Confirm that. I'm gonna go to my flight plan. Shut up, MiG. There you go. I'm gonna close all of that up. Let's come in here. Let's set up local pressure. 10:15 today. 10:15 today. Alrighty. FD on. FD on here. We got manage mode available. Across the board, as a matter of fact, so we're good to go. 10,000 feet at first, and then we'll climb out to a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. All right, everybody. Alrighty, let's get our APU started up. APU bleed can come on, that can go on. Start up our APU. There you go. APU starting up, ladies and gentlemen. We will put this in the nav mode right there. Brilliant. Get the range working there. Brilliant. Looking good. Waiting for the APU to come to life, everybody. J'attends pour la APU. Flap open. Oh. Oh yeah, we definitely have some issues with the frame rates today, huh? So I don't know, man. Maybe the smoothness I was talking about was just a temporary thing, huh? I don't know, man. Why can't Microsoft just be a good... Well, I'm asking if Microsoft can't be a good... Come on. How on earth is Microsoft gonna be good? Waiting for flaps to come to life. We can actually prepare for pushback and departure if we want to, but we need to disconnect GPU first, right? Bellissimo, huh? So beautiful. Yes. Why has the cinematic mode just sped up? Even slower than this. Why is it? Ah, there we go. There's some slower shots right there. Eehaw. 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 What the heck? Yeah, I think I like it like this though. I really do like the dark version alone, but for now I'm just gonna leave it like this, so that nobody make no complaint that they can't no see, you know? They can't do no see. Me not know what I spoke about. Alright, let's go to ground there. Let's come up here. I believe the APU is up and running. APU gens, where are the APU generators anyway? I know they're automatic, but where are the generator buttons? Here it is, APU gen. You see that? Off, on. Yeah. Alright, let's go down here, remove that GPU. Yes, sir. Let's get ourselves ready to get on out of here. Prepare for pushback and departure. Whoa. There's the boarding process still going on. Yeah. It's still going on, man. God dang. Alright, we'll just wait for that. And we can get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's worry about our TCAS, why don't we? Let's put it on. Altitude reporting is on. That's all fine. Do we have any hydraulic power available? I don't think so. I don't think we have hydraulic power available to us. Although the APU is running, we do have hydraulics. That means we should be able to... No, we don't. We do not have hydraulics. But how come no problem over here? Then how come we don't have hydraulics? I don't understand. Anyway, whatever. Whatever, everybody, whatever. There should be an auxiliary hydraulic pump somewhere up here, right? That we can use. Is there an auxiliary hydraulic pump, everybody? No, there isn't. I don't see one. Anyway, I'm just gonna stick to procedure. Why am I trying to be funny here? Let's go to number 3. What is this? 5.3 is our THS today. 5.3, everybody. 5.3, okay. .3 days. Come on now. We need to get started with boarding now. Yeah, the pushback is attached. Hello? Ah, our nose is getting raised. Brilliant. Wait, which way am I supposed to push back today? I don't know, man. God dang. I don't know. I forgot to check. It's supposed to be nose to the right. Release push parking brake. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this party started up. Beacon lights on, those two on, that on, that on, that on. Beacon light is 100% on and we are ready to get our engine started up, everybody. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Ignition start, number 1. N2 rising. We're good to go. Back in here. Pushback is done, huh? Alrighty, time for engine number 2. Engine number 2 coming alive. What in the hell? Do you guys see that bug right there? That van is what the heck? What is that? What is that? C'est quoi ça? What kind of weird graphic glitch is this? Anyway. Je ne comprends pas and I don't want to comprends pas. Alright. Give me a second while I set up the throttles before we begin our taxi here, everybody. Alright, je suis back. Get out of the way, lady. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, lady. Get out of the way. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. You can buzz off now. There you go. We're gonna drop our flaps right there. There we go. Still got performance issues with this damn aircraft. We've got graphic glitches as well. Wonderful. What the heck? Yeah, the A330 has always been a little bit of an issue. And it continues to be an issue, everybody. I hope it's not the sim update. I hope it's just the stupid aircraft here. Okay, auto brake to max. Ground spoilers to armed. Taxi light to... Where's our taxi light? Taxi light is right here to on. APU off. That can come off. Passenger signs already on. Ignition can come to normal. And let's release our parking brake. Alrighty. Alrighty. Our takeoff runway today is pretty far. Let's give it a bit of... What the hell? Let's give it a bit of power here. It's damaged the freaking nose wheel. Yeah. GSX has done that thing where it damages the nose wheel gear again. Oh my god. Not this nonsense again. Now we need to put a high amount of thrust just to get the aircraft to move. Maybe that's why they had that... maybe that's why they had that check. The hotfix update. So yeah, make sure to install that. I'll install that afterwards. It's not working for me right now, so I don't know what to do about it. What the hell? I'm gonna ask you to open this. Okay. No entry. Is that right? What? Where are you going? Ah, no. No. We've got that thing where the nose wheel cannot be controlled. Garbage. Oh my god, man. This happens with iniBuilds aircrafts. I can't move it now. Okay, so now there's only one way to do this. That is to go up here and start the APU again. Okay. And once the APU starts up, I have to shut down the engine, then use GSX to go to the start of the runway. That's the only way it will work. So yeah. Sim update 5. Still got issues. Okay, let me just wait for the APU to start up now. I will shut down the engines. You know what? No, let's just slew mode this thing. Screw it. I'm gonna slew mode it. Just gonna slew mode it. There we go. to slew mode it all the way. Just slew mode this aircraft to the start of our runway today. There it is. There's the runway right there, and I'm gonna slew mode it till here. There you go. Right? Let's go up here, turn off the APU. Done. I was really looking forward to doing multiple legs of flying today. It's not gonna happen. Not with the A330 acting like this. Because we can't taxi the aircraft now. Oh lordy. Okay. Predictive wind shear. Up, up. On there. TCAS up and running. Lights up, lights up, lights up, lights up. Ready to go. Alright. Parking brake is off. Cabin is ready. I'm giving it flex. Why is it saying manual thrust? What the heck is going on here? What in the... Well, I don't know, man. I just hope it works while we're trying to fly. Yeah, this is too much. Get up. Trying to put the auto throttle on, it's not where is the climb thrust thing? Oh my god, everything is out of whack. I'm trying to put it to lever climb, it's not letting me. Turn on autopilot, it's not letting me. What the hell? Okay, everybody, this aircraft is clearly broken. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. What is it doing? Now it's working. What? I'm trying to put the lever to climb. You're not letting me. The lever is on climb. Hello? Okay, this is screwed. I need to go down here and do my throttle settings again. Idle. Okay, sorry guys, I need to pause this flight and I need to do my throttle settings here. This is idle. Reset calibration. Set idle. Okay, now I'm gonna set the climb. That right there is climb, right? Yep. Say set climb. Yep, right there is, and that is toga. Okay, there you go. Close that up. Let's try fly this aircraft. There you go. Now it's on climb. There you go. Okay, flaps up. Now everything is working. Suppose it's all right now. There we go, everybody. As we leave behind Amsterdam Schiphol, that's what we look like. Alrighty. Yeah, I think Chase plane has an issue where it has zoomed out too much with the external views. Yeah, the flyby views were supposed to be much closer than this. I don't know why it is zoomed out. So there you go. They have not fixed a lot of the issues with the A330s, to be honest with you. It's still a troublesome aircraft for me to fly. Let's go to some cinematics here. Check this out. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Done it, everybody, done it. Let me save that right there. The texturing is still garbage. As you can tell, texture loading over Europe is not working properly. That does not look right at all. So I don't get it. I do not get it. Yeah. There was when I was flying the... What was I flying last? The iniBuilds A330. I did notice a really big... It was much smoother in terms of performance, but today, so far, it has not been good. I think it's the aircraft. I can't be sure. Does not look good so far. Mixed response so far, eh? Mixed results. Oh, we're at 10,000 feet. We need to go in and put in our cruising altitude, everybody. We forgot about that. Which is 35,000 feet, I believe. Why doesn't have... Wait. Why is manage mode not available to us? Oh my god, why is this aircraft acting like this? Why is manage mode not available? What is this thing doing? We don't have manage mode available to us. Why do I always regret flying this stupid aircraft? Because iniBuilds built it, gave it to a Sobo and forgot about it. Now nobody gives a damn what happens to this one. There is no manage mode available anymore. What the hell? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Alright, everybody, we've just taken off from right there. $13,000 feet. Our transition altitude is supposed to be around 5,000 or something. I'm pretty sure we passed that a long time ago. This aircraft just doesn't work. No, it's not Sim Update 5. I don't think it's Sim Update 5 per se. I think it's just this stupid aircraft. It always has issues. This aircraft has always had issues, the A330. It's always been buggy. It kind of stabilized with sim update 4 in all honesty. Now I don't know what the hell is going on with it again. This is why default aircraft suck. This is probably the second best default airliner available to us in the sim. Imagine that. The first one being the A310. And this is probably the second best available to us, and it's this bad. Someone needs to come up with a proper A330 for the sim. In all honesty, if I'm being entirely honest, all Airbus aircraft feel very similar to fly, apart from the handling characteristics. But as you know, handling characteristics are not accurately modeled in Microsoft Flight Sim anyway. So does it really make a freaking difference? I don't know. No, there isn't. No, there isn't, Mr. Anas. Not for MSFS 2024, there isn't a paid A330. There's no good models for A330. There's the Headwind A330-900, which is free. And to be honest, it is not one of my favorites. But I think it works better than this one, though. I have to be honest with you, the Headwind Simulation one works better than this. It's not as good in terms of textures, nowhere near it, but it works much better than this, that's for sure. Hello there, Tara. How are you doing? How are you doing? The Headwind Simulation one is honestly pretty garbage. No, I can't say that's pretty garbage. That's harsh. I need to give it another shot. You know what, Mr. Honest, you've reminded me. I need to give the Headwind A330-900 one more shot here. I need to fly it one more time. Calling it garbage is a pretty harsh thing to say. I mean, it's free. You never look at a gift horse in the mouth, right? I'm gonna give it a second shot. Let's see if the improvements that they've been talking about. Tyra, your message has been retracted. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but your message has been retracted. So yeah, if you want me to restore it, I think I can restore it. I don't know. You're gonna have to retype that message, but yeah. So yeah, guys, that is what it is. Let's go back into the cockpit for a second. And our manage mode. Nope, no manage mode, everybody. No manage mode. So dumb. There's no manage mode available. Nope, no manage mode available. Okay, let's turn off our passenger signs here. We don't need them. Who cares, right? We need to turn those off. Turn off lights off, that off. These can come off. Everything else here is looking pretty good to me. Ground spoilers are still armed. God dang. Okay, we need to put that out. We don't need to worry about this. So yeah, here we go. Continuing on our climb out towards our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, everybody. On honestly the wrong choice of aircraft today. I should have picked another aircraft to do this, but damn, I regret this. The best guy, what's the reshade mod? What do you mean, what's a reshade mod? Are you asking for my settings on reshade? I have the reshade configuration file ready for you guys. I believe somebody asked me for it, right? And I have it ready, but I'm yet to set up my Discord so you guys can have a proper look at it. I'm yet to set up my Discord so you guys can have a proper look at it. But yeah, I do use a kind of custom reshade profile. It's not that different from one of the default ones. I don't know exactly what it is. I can show it to you guys. Hold on. My reshade is... What have I just done? Sorry about that. My reshade is this one right here. Okay, and those are the filters that I'm using. Those are the filters that I'm using at the moment. And I use performance mode as well when using reshade. The contrail effect from GFX is working really well with the A330 without any flickers as far as I can see in the flyby mode there. Let's try cinematic mode, see if there are any flickers. No, the contrails are showing up really well. Yeah, I think the contrails are... I don't like where they originate though. They're a little bit... Yeah, they start a little bit too early. They should begin a bit behind the engines. Instead it's starting like somewhere in the middle of the engine. But apart from that, it's looking really good. It looks really good, the contrail effect by GFX. Much better than the default stuff for sure. Very nice. The Flying Dutchman. Is that what they just call all their aircrafts? I don't know. Save that right there. Oh yeah. Alright, let's jump back into our flight deck here. Our topper climb is coming up. Topper descent is still a while away. We're going to use fast forward for that for sure. I wanted to do multiple flights today, but unfortunately with the landing gear damaged because of GSX, I don't think that's going to happen. Unless I go back into the menu. You know what? That's a good way to test the stability of the sim, isn't it? Let's do that. After we reach ADDF, maybe we can go into another flight or something. We could try that, can't we? I don't know. We'll decide once we reach Frankfurt. There we go, coming up on our cruising altitude. Now all of a sudden we've got that manage mode thing available. Okay, I don't know how it works, man. Je ne comprends pas. But here we are at our cruising altitude. Let me have a look at how far away our turbo climb is, right? Progress. I don't like the progress here. Let's see. How far is topper descent? Wait, flight plan. Where the heck is topper descent? There's a mistake with this flight plan for sure, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Dex DF. No, there isn't actually a mistake. No, there isn't. Flight Studios. Hi, you speak French? No. I do not speak French. Well, I studied French before, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot speak French properly, man. I could at one point in my life, but it's all gone now. I created a thread in the user discussion hub on the forums in which I mentioned every A320 21 issues. You can add it. This is not an A320. This is the A330. This is an A330, not an A320. In the user discussion hub, are you talking about the official forums? Okay, I see. We're talking about the default iniBuilds stuff, right? The one that's already in the Microsoft Flight Sim? Probably. Probably right about that. This is an issue that's been here. This aircraft has been pretty buggy from the time it's been released with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. It got a bit better in Sim Update 4. Today it's been a little bit wonky. So I don't know what that was all about. However, there is also an update by GSX. So let me install that. Yeah, you can put the link in there. That's fine. You can put the link into the chat. That's fine. There is also an update by GSX, which is supposed to be a hotfix. So maybe that can also sort the issue. I will do the update first before I report any issues. Okay. There isn't much else for us to do except cruise along here. So let's go ahead and we need to put a bit of a fast forward here, don't we? Otherwise we're going to be up here forever trying to fly this thing, eh? So let's go ahead and give it a bit of fast forward. There we go. There we go. don't know what's going on with our aircraft at the moment, but we seem to be struggling. Hold on a second. Let's come back in here. See what's going on, eh? Still, I think SU5 has brought better clouds, more thick and fluffy, and better turbulence. I agree with the clouds. Yep. I don't know about the turbulence part. I never notice any real difference in... Where the hell is the top or descent for this aircraft? I don't know. I seriously think there's something off with it. Okay. Whatever. Let's see what we can do here. 35,000 feet, 34. Let's just go down to 3,000 feet, is it? Where is our 5,000 feet? So let's do 5,000 feet here today. Let's see if we can have any manage mode. I don't think we can have any manage mode. But yeah, it's not working. That's one of the bug. Discontinuity. No, the discontinuity is not it. That's not what's causing the lack of manage mode. Even with discontinuity, you should have them. We need to clear the manual and clear that for that to happen, but it shouldn't be like that. Okay, we've got top of climb. Where's top of descent? No. We do have... That's not supposed to be that way though. I have no idea. Maybe now you may be right. Nope. No manage mode. Yeah, so there you go. This aircraft is pretty buggy. I think this is an aircraft issue. I don't think this is a sim update issue. Yeah, I don't know what to... I don't know what to tell you. Default aircrafts in general are terrible, man. It's just what it is. Particularly the ones that have been made by another developer and then just given to Asobo. They never bother to fix anything with it. It's up to the community to come up with fixes for this stuff now. But yeah, you're right about the better clouds for sure. I have much better clouds now. My clouds looked grainy before Sim Update 5. Now they look much better for sure. Turbulence, I'm not sure. I do have some effects and stuff installed, and they seem to do a very good job with the turbulence and stuff as it is. So I haven't noticed much in terms of turbulence. Flight level 33. What on earth is it doing? Rollis. Let's see Rollis. Rollis flight level 348. And then 13 nautical miles, 10,000 feet. What the heck? Yeah, this is messed up, isn't it? This is messed up. Yeah, Mike Smith, MSFS 2020, yeah. Well, this aircraft was not there in 2020 though. The most major bug that they fixed from 2020 to 2024 was the horizon line thing that you'd had in 2020. I don't know if you remember that. You have that horizon line bug in 2020. That was fixed in 2024. But then that was replaced by cuts in the scenery, on the terrain. You'll have cuts, like literally black lines splitting up the various quadrants, especially over water. But they fixed that in Sim Update 5, so that's great. Sadly, that's why I created a thread. I literally ate the job and threw it ready so MS could just send it to iniBuilds, and I'm not paid for that, man. Imagine that, Flight Studios. Well, that's very nice of you to do that. Did you post the link in the chat to that thing? The discussion hub? If you can just put the link to that in the chat, that would be nice. Alright, I shall check that out. Then I don't see it in my current chat monitoring software. Maybe I'll pick it up from YouTube. I hope I find it. Okay, so we're not going to make this, clearly. It's just, this is way too high for us to be able to do it, but still, it's fine. We'll see what we can do when we... we'll manage, don't worry about that. They're not sending it to iniBuilds. iniBuilds is not working on any of these default aircrafts because they have no incentive to work on them, you know? They have no incentive to work on these aircrafts. They don't. they really don't have any incentive to work on this aircraft. They're already done with this stuff. They're busy developing their payware, you know. I mean, even the wing flex issue, I still have the fix for the community-made fix from flightsim.to. I've never bothered to check whether they actually even fixed something like that. I don't think iniBuilds is gonna fix that, man. I'm just being honest. I think these default aircrafts are on their own. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna be flying this A330 anytime soon, I can tell you that. Because it's annoyed me. So yeah. Mr. Shoulderlean. Mr. Shoulderlean. Mrs.? No, sorry. Mr. Shoulderlean or Mrs. Houlderlean? How do I read that, man? I'm so sorry. I don't know how to read it. Are you doing free flight or career mode? It seems weather is broken. Weather is not broken. It's working fine. I am doing free flight. I have never done career mode. And I don't think I ever will. From watching the videos of career mode, it seems like pretty bad to me, to be honest with you. Look at that. One of the biggest issues I have in MSFS, the sun is a dot. But people on Xbox paid almost $80 for that. Wait. You're saying the A330 is paid on on Xbox? Like you have to pay separately for the iniBuilds A330 on Xbox? No way, man. Are you serious? People paid $80 for this? For this aircraft? God damn, you've got to be kidding. That is banana. Ah, the game, right. The game, yeah, the game. The game, alright, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, no, the default planes are just there for arcade level simming, you know. That's the best you can hope out of it. Xbox players don't have Phoenix. Yeah, I don't expect that Xbox is gonna get Phoenix. Phoenix is a fairly complex stuff. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of features kind of cut off in Xbox platform. I started off playing MSFS in Xbox. That's to be expected, though. I don't think that's going to change. PMDG is there for Xbox, right? I think they are on Marketplace. I think it's available. You can't really do study level flying with an Xbox. I think that's very difficult, man. Yeah, the PMDG is there in the Marketplace. That's why I asked. I used to fly on an Xbox, and you know, to be honest, it's just, this is not exactly a flight sim, man. It's a game. I bought the iniA350. Works very fine except some stutters in large airports. Ah, the A350. The reason I don't want to buy the A350 is because the flight model is not accurate. I feel like iniBuilds just makes eye candy, in all honesty. I don't think it's accurate enough for me to buy that. I don't like its flight model. I have heard too many complaints from it to buy it. I was very excited for it, but I'm really hoping someone else makes one, because honestly, I don't like its flight model. People have complained too much. Some trustworthy sources have complained too much about it, and I'm not into it. Otherwise, I would have definitely bought it, but it's also a pricey one too. Okay, there's no way we're gonna make this. The way we're going right now, there's no way. From 33,000 feet, you want me to jump down to... Yeah, the VNAV is all messed up, and it's okay. I have a feeling I can kind of make this work if I... Let me put down my flaps here to slow us down further. Give us a bit more drag so we can drop. At the beginning it was messed up, but I feel like they changed it because it's like heavier. Ah. Yeah, I know for sure at the beginning it was messed up, but maybe they did do that. You might just be right. Might just be right. Okay, we're descending. Let's put auto brake on there. We're using the speed brakes at the moment to descend as quickly as possible, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. Everything else is fine. I do wish, but yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the best aircraft add-on, like I've said before, is the Phoenix. But these days Phoenix does have a few bugs here and there. It does need to be updated constantly. Phoenix had made the same world they did for X-Plane, man, I swear the whole MSFS community would leave. See, that's a problem. The MSFS community is largely, a large proportion of MSFS players are not hardcore flight simmers. They are casual, very casual flight simmers, or like people who are playing this as an arcade game or career mode or something like that. There's our airport right there, by the way. That's where we're landing at. I caught a glimpse of that. Let's do that again. There it is, right there. So, on the other hand, people who play X-Plane are not casual flight simmers. That is a major difference between the crowd. You know, and that's why MSFS is successful, and it can generate the revenues required to attract all these people to come develop in it, right? Because you got that crowd. But you're right, I guess. See, for X-Plane, there's already a great A320, A321 add-on, the tallest one. Yes, their textures are not that great, I guess. I see your point. You might be right there. People who buy the Phoenix are 100% people who are into hardcore flight simming. I don't think casual flight simmers are buying Phoenix aircraft. Yeah, that might be true. Weather and atmosphere is better in X-Plane. Most importantly, the physics, the flight dynamics are much better in X-Plane. It's much better in X-Plane. In X-Plane, you feel like you're flying an aircraft. In Microsoft Flight Sim, no. It's that same thing I always say. In X-Plane, it feels like you're moving through air. In MSFS, you feel like it's jelly. It's not the same. I don't know how much Sim Update 5 has improved. I haven't flown enough to make a judgment on it just yet, but we'll see how we go in with this one. This is a default aircraft, so I don't expect any good performance out of it. Maybe if I fly the Phoenix, I will be able to tell. The one thing that X-Plane needs, X-Plane does have its own pitfalls too. That's the problem. Like, I fly both, and in all honesty, for flight sim, I prefer X-Plane. But MSFS, sometimes when you're flying those advanced third-party aircrafts, MSFS does have, you know, a little bit of an edge when it comes to graphics. Look, for sure, when it comes to bush flying, it's MSFS, you know what I mean? When it comes to bush flying, it has to be MSFS. You cannot fly bush in X-Plane 12, at least that's my opinion. Okay, coming up on 12,000 feet, there is no way we are going to make that at the moment. From what I'm seeing, I can try flaps 2, which is right on the edge right there of overspeeding. It's all in an attempt to try and increase our... I think we're okay. I think I'll be fine. I'm not expecting any accurate flying with this model anyway. IFWR 109.75. Let me try that out. That is not accurate. 109.7 IFWR, never mind, that is accurate. That is accurate. Okay, good. Good. Do you have a side stick or throttle? Yeah, I have a side stick. I have the throttle and the side stick. Yes, I use Thrustmaster at the moment. Pretty basic one. 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's turn that on. That should be good enough for us, eh? Okay. Let's head back in here. Yeah, that's too early for that anyway. Our destination data. Why doesn't it give me that? See, this is this is just messed up. That is not what it's supposed to show when I press this button. This is not what it's supposed to show when I press this button. This aircraft is worse than I remember. I think I've been flying a lot of realistic aircrafts of late, and I think this one has honestly fallen out of favor with me. I'll probably not fly this again. Like, look at this. This is not what's supposed to show up when I press this. No. Yeah, I'm not particularly liking this. I don't know, man. Anyway. It's a default aircraft, can't expect much better, right? The A340 from Tolus or iniBuilds are both worthy as they represent all the systems fine. Then that's up to you for the most realistic flight model. I'm not so sure about that. I have the A340 by iniBuilds. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy flying it. But I enjoy flying the A340. It is pretty good. And I think it's much better than the A330 for sure. Speed brake still out. Let's arm that. Yeah, I definitely enjoy flying it way more than the A330. But my issue with the A340, when I flew it last, it did have some issues as well. The issue is I don't know if it's worth the price. iniBuilds charges because their texturing work is so fantastic. And yeah, that's great. But most of the time when you're flying, you're not bothered about textures, you know what I mean? And that is my problem with iniBuilds. I don't think they are focusing enough on system accuracy or flight model. I don't think so. Their flight model, A340 is better than the A330 and much of the default aircraft for sure. But I don't know. Is it worth that 60? I don't know. Still, it might be the most value for your money iniBuilds aircraft. It might be that or the A300. I think the iniBuilds A300 is pretty good. So is the default A310. That was iniBuilds too. Now that is a good aircraft, to be honest with you as well. That's the price of work time they spend on it, more than the time they spend on systems. I mean, look, I know that developers have that justification. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, you know. Just because you spend a lot of time on something, that doesn't mean that I have to pay for that. Like, it's not, if it's not what I'm looking for, it's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So if they spend all their time developing the textures and stuff, well, that's great, but it will appeal to those who are looking for that. I mean, what is the point of having detailed textures on the inside of the engines while you're flying? I mean, what good does that do me? It's great for walk around mode and for a gimmick and for having a look, but beyond that, as a flight simmer, what do I care what the inside of the engines look like? Well, I mean, I'm not saying textures aren't important. Like when you're in the cockpit right now, iniBuilds has done a terrific job of this. Look at this. Look at how great these textures are. It's fantastic, even for a default aircraft. It's a great thing. I get it. But they spend a lot of unnecessary time doing a lot of gimmicks and whatever, and then not enough spend on the rest. That is kind of like... That's when I look at the price tag and I'm like, is that worth it though? Nah. You know, for me. That's a personal thing, by the way. That's why I don't have a lot of iniBuilds aircraft. I only have one. I've only ever bought... No, I've bought two, in all honesty. One was the local legend. The iniBuilds NAMC YS11. I have that. And that, to be honest, is a great aircraft for the price I got it at. It was on discount, so I picked it up. For like 13 bucks, it was a good deal. So I got it. And I got the A340, which I wanted. No other model existing at the time, so I picked it up. And I don't exactly regret that purchase, but for 60 bucks, I'm not sure it's an easy sell for me. But yeah. I'm not sure how good the tallest A340 is. Do you know about that, Mr. Flight Studios? I've not heard much about the A340 600 by tallest. I don't know much about it. It seems fine. I don't know, are the systems and flight model as good as they are in X-Plane? Okay, they can't be as good as they are in X-Plane, but at least something comparable. I have not yet caught the localizer. We are... Where's our DME? Do we have a DME? Why don't we have a DME? That's interesting. Again, much of this is not accurate, so I don't know exactly what it is. I don't say I regret buying the A350 for 90 bucks discounted. Imagine that, 90 bucks discounted. Phew, that is rough. But man, I want something that doesn't stutter. But I think all the systems I use for a normal SOP flight are here and well made. Alright, okay. Okay. I saw videos about the Tollies. Tollies are very good at systems. What about the flight model? Localizer caught. Luckily we have localizer, which is great. We can go to approach. What speed is it looking at? 196. Okay, it looks good. Okay. But not X-Plane level. Yeah, nothing. I mean, MSFS is not going to be on X-Plane level, but you know, there are a lot of people who say that, oh, the physics are just as good in MSFS as they are in X-Plane. No, they're not. I didn't have X-Plane when I was flying MSFS 2020. 2024 is supposed to have a much better flight model than 2020. Even then, I can immediately tell you that when you're in X-Plane with a default aircraft, it's better than MSFS. So there's no way. People who say that they feel the same, nope. You probably haven't flown X-Plane 12 recently, that's what it is. I will have to strongly disagree with that. Again, it's just a personal opinion, but X-Plane 12 is X-Plane 12, man. Blade element theory just works. It just works. Yes, the Phoenix has great flight model. I believe. I'm not entirely sure. But unless it comes with its own custom flight model, it doesn't even stand a chance. Even those are not going to be as good as X-Plane 12. Not going to happen. Look at the texture right here. I mean, look at this. You guys are seeing this. Look at this. This is the texture that you have to deal with in MSFS 2024. I've never seen X-Plane 12 looks this bad. Even with all the loading and auto-ortho and all of that stuff going on, I've never seen it look this bad. The fact that the camera moves with the movement makes you think it's better, but yes, actually I have G-loaded camera switched off in X-Plane 12. I have XP realistic in X-Plane 12, but I also have FSR realistic in MSFS. So they should be pretty even right there. So it can't be the camera movement. Right? I've got the same tools on both the simulator, developed by the same RK apps people. And I have G-loaded cameras switched off in X-Plane 12. As a matter of fact, I have more effects in MSFS for realism than I do in X-Plane 12. And I still think X-Plane 12 flight model is better. Alrighty. There is our runway coming up. There's our glide slope coming up, which is good news for us. X-Plane can do better in graphics. It's lacking trees, textures, colors. Yes, X-Plane is definitely lacking that. X-Plane is definitely lacking that, but this is MSFS 2024 garbage. Unless you download everything into your PC, I think streaming is just not working for me. Genuinely, I mean, I have everything turned to max. I have dynamic settings off. I have everything turned up to max, and this is what I'm getting. I mean, what is this? And I always have this issue in a lot of places in Europe, and I don't understand. I do not understand. Okay, for this one, let's go to LS. Let's go down to 10. Let's go down to 10. No, we can leave this one on. Nav, no arc. Bad quality images of Paris. Right. X-Plane 12 does have some issues, but if you install a lot of add-ons, it will look much better than you think. I don't know if you've checked out some of my X-Plane streams. I've got the works installed in X-Plane 12 and it looks much better. I mean, look at these texture loading. It doesn't look good to me, man. Dishan says, Captain, I'm jealous of how do you know how to fly almost all the planes in the sim? Awesome. Well, thank you very much, man, but I mess around a lot. And I don't try to fly realistically all the time, because there are too many bugs for you to do that, but yeah. This is all I do, man. I fly a lot. But a lot of the aircraft I fly are similar, like Airbus aircraft are fairly similar. So it's easier than you think, in all honesty. You can do it. It's not that difficult. Bad quality images of Paris with pollution, etc. Yeah, I see that, but look at this. What is this? What am I looking at? There's the airport. There's one thing there that has loaded up really nicely. That's a custom building, I suppose. It's like a landmark. Everything else around it is just horrid. So in terms of graphics, I can't give MSFS 2024 too much of an upper hand, to be honest. Okay, gear down. Where is the speed on this thing? What the heck? Our auto throttle is not doing a good job, man. Let me go down and speed all the way. Where is it taking me? Oh, this is the runway. Oh, there it is. That's the runway. Good. Flying an airplane is not that hard, which is to follow the procedures, etc. Yeah. But X-Plane will humble you really quickly. If you are someone who flies only MSFS, X-Plane will humble you. Because You can nail something in MSFS, but you can't do that in X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12 is far less forgiving. Okay, let's go and turn on this. I'd like to turn on this to TO mode right there. That is deployed, that is armed, that's set, everything is set, we're ready to go. I've spent time into system depth, but not a lot of people do that. Yeah, I'm not someone who spends too much time on system depth myself, but I need a decent level. I cannot fly without a decent level of system depth. Okay, I'll put it a little higher because I know how the Airbus system works. It's going to start screaming at me soon. Let me disconnect the autopilot and try and fly this. Yeah, okay. My aircraft. All right, we're about to land here. See you soon, man. Yep, we've got starters. Those effects from FS Realistic Pro are exaggerated as hell. The camera movement, I need to work on that. Alright, there we go. We are down. Not the best landing in the world for sure. What the heck on earth is that? What is that? I don't know what's wrong with this thing, man. Okay. So yeah, our landing gear right from our GSX pushback is already kind of damaged, so we need to give it a bit of power there to move, but we are down. Put our flaps up. Let's put the speed brake down. Let's put the runway turn off. That can go off. That can go to taxi. That can go to automatic. Let's put that on there. Anas, hello there. You still with us? LS off. Oh my god, I can't turn the aircraft. Look at that. It's turning the other way. GSX, man. GSX. I can't do anything about this. Okay, I have an idea. Let's just go to APU. Start up the APU. I'll also use the slew mode here. Not taxiing like this all the way, it's not going to be possible. So let's just start up our APU right here. Unfortunately, we don't have landing replay. I completely forgot about starting Sky Dolly. I was too busy chatting. My bad, guys. Excuse me on that, but yeah. Yeah, so A330, huh? I'm not particularly interested in flying this one again. It's very 2024-y. It's very Microsoft Flight Sim-y, if you know what I mean. Frankfurt still hasn't been fixed. The textures around the city are still as terrible as ever before. I will try download stuff onto my PC. Let's see if that makes a difference when it comes to loading textures. It should, right? As opposed to streaming them all, it should make a huge difference, but for now it is terrible. Yeah. So even if you look at it, the graphics in MSFS look gamey, if that makes sense. X-Plane 12, in my opinion, although they're lacking in a lot of detail and texture work, it's better. It looks better. The lighting looks better. It just feels like you're in the real world, not in a... I don't know how exactly to explain it. The feel of X-Plane is better. Okay, I suppose our APU is up and running. Is it? Should be. I'm gonna cut off our engines here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to GSX if it's working. And let me go pick up a parking. Oh lordy, I want a gate. Yeah, I'll put it there. Warp me there. What has it done? What the heck? Alright, fine. That's good enough for us. So we'll pull ourselves right here because I can't taxi today. The gear is messed up. There we go. We are in Frankfurt, everybody. We are in Frankfurt. Let's go to ground service. Toggle that GPU. Go to GSX. Loading the menu, it says. I need to update this as well, don't I? I need to update this. You need to set parking brakes. Okay, fine. I'll set my parking brake. Good lord. There you go. I've set my parking brake. Let's deboard. There you go. Let's go up here. Turn off all of this stuff. Turn that off. Turn that off. Oh, no, this can remain on. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. This can go off. Turn this off, turn that off. Turn that off. We can turn these off. These off. And can switch to ground power already. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed ourselves into EDDF, that is Frankfurt. Now the question is, where do I go from here? Today I had planned to do multiple flights with this particular aircraft, but I'm not interested in suffering through this, man. This aircraft is going to drive me bananas. I don't think I want to fly another flight with this aircraft. I'm supposed to test out the stability of Sim Update 5 with multiple flights, but I don't think I can do this with this aircraft. Relaunching another flight is just going to tank the performance anyway. So there comes the great dilemma, what to do now. So do I call it a day here? I guess I will, huh? Yeah, I guess I will call it a day here because I can't seem to. I'll probably have to plan another flight. Anyway, we shall leave it here today then. Still a lot of issues I had in Sim Update 4. I'm facing them here as I fly into Frankfurt. Hopefully we'll have better luck with some of the other third-party add-on aircraft which I will be trying in the next streams and videos. As a matter of fact, I will continue testing Sim Update 5 in some videos. I'll release a video next about Sim Update 5 and how it's performing. So I'll do maybe a flight with either the A330 or the 777 or something like that. I'll also do a flight with a GA aircraft and then I'll release those videos to see how the performance is. Okay, with that, thank you very much everybody who tuned in to today's live stream. Fly Flight Studios, thank you very much for being here. Anas, Dishant, who else is here? Mr. Scholderlein or Miss Scholderlein, I don't know how to say your name, but thank you very much. Mike Smith, thank you, man. Thank you. The best guy, thank you. It's Tyra, thank you. Thank you very much for being in here. Who else? That's about it. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. As I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and do all of that good stuff for the channel as we push towards 1,000 subs here. I do have a Patreon active now. It's in the description. No, it's not in the description for this live, but it is in the about section of the channel, I believe. I don't know. It's there, and you guys can support the channel if you like. Otherwise, a like, subscribe, and a comment will go a long way as it is. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I shall catch you guys in the next live stream. Hopefully we'll fly with a better aircraft. Definitely I'm not coming back to a default aircraft this time. I'm thinking some GA would be a good idea. We've got options. Or maybe a jet stun flight would be, whichever it is. I'll let you guys know, I suppose. But yeah, I'll also be making a video tomorrow, seeing how flights go in Sim Update 5, so check that out as well. All right. Okie dokie. With all that being said, have a great day. I shall catch you in the next one, and bye-bye.